Alright, I'm back. I'm doing a toy video, which I don't feel like I've done in like a million years. I went on a little side quest here, went back to doing my worst to best rock videos. That got a lot of views, my AC/DC. Then I followed that up trying to repeat my success with underrated albums by my favorite bands. Nobody watched that, so get back to the toys. Luckily, I've been buying a whole bunch of junk on eBay. We're gonna go G1 Swindle from the Transformers from 1985. Kind of an underwhelming figure, but fun figure. I like Swindle. I don't know how many actual times he appeared on the cartoon, but I always liked him because he was a swindler. He was like in it for himself, you know. Wasn't very loyal to the Decepticons. He was trying to, I forget what he had. He tried to sell some bit of technology to the Autobots, and then Galvatron wanted to kill him. He might have showed up maybe 2 or 3 times, but to me, he felt like he was a regular character there all the time. Looked nothing like the toy. Nothing at all. You snap to the picture. We're back, yeah. That's not this representation of this figure at all. But I've been wanting him since then. I always knew the figure looked like this. But I finally got around to finally snagging me one of him on eBay. Going in, bidding the last like 10 seconds. Pulling this one out by surprise. One guy, he started bidding a few hours before it closed. I was watching this one all week because I was at work. And one went for like $11 with the gun and all the stickers on him. Although he does have 2 guns. I don't need 2 guns. I just want the 1 gun. And I got it. I was watching the countdown, and then the Wi-Fi at work crapped out on me, and I missed it. Nobody bid. I missed it. Then when I lost track of that one. Then it happened again. I watched. I waited all day. Some guy bid. Then he bid again. I knew he was trying to get it, you know, a higher maximum bid. I was like, I'm going to get him. Last 10 seconds, I got this guy. I won him for $16, $16.50, I think. I put in like 16, like 73, like some weird random number. Like Price is Right, and boom, I got him. Sometimes I feel bad about that, but sometimes I don't. Some people snipe me at the end. I snipe them. All's fair on eBay. You got to wait till the very last second. Who bids in the middle of the week? What's wrong with you? But here's a little Jeep. Let's transform him. His head, I was trying to wonder, why does his head go up and down like that? It seems kind of odd. I was like, oh yeah, he's part of Bruticus. It's probably where he snaps in. He's Bruticus's leg, if I remember correctly. And I do remember correctly. Goes like that. Very simple transformation here. He looks better as a Jeep. They always look better as their in their vehicle modes back in the day. And you got Bruticus's gun right there. A lot smaller than I would have thought. Realized I didn't take a very good camera shot of him close up. So here we go. Here he is in his evil robot mode. A tiny little head. They did get the sculpt pretty good on that. And they really blew that up for the cartoon. Because that is dead on. Weird little arms. Here's his vehicle mode. Still got his little rub sticker. He is a Decepticon. I only saw this figure once when I was actually a kid. I remember seeing a hospital gift shop. I forgot who we were visiting there. Hospital, it worked out for that. Like, nobody died, as I remember. I think it was my mom's friend, something like that. Went to go visit her hospital. I remember seeing this in there. Didn't get it because it was overpriced. It was a hospital gift shop. Probably charging $20 for this then. And it was a carded figure, so it was a low price point one. Finally captured him. He's not much bigger than a mini bot. But he was for a combiner, so he had to be kind of small. And let's do a little size comparison. Now you saw him in his vehicle mode, which he looks kind of like, remember the NES game Jackal? He looks like Jackal to me. Him versus Bumblebee. Yeah, wow, he's even more the same size than I thought with this comparison. But it's like in an old Atari game, like the covers, they give you like this vibrant art. I'll show you the vibrant art. Boom. There's the art for this. Now we're back. Yeah, they really stretched credibility with that piece of art there. And we go back to the cartoon. Go back to this. Yeah, he looked nothing like that. Except for the face. They did get the face. Very tiny little head. Like I said, that's probably, I don't have all the Bruticus, but that's probably where he snapped in, because it looks like just like a peg instead of a head. It was him. It was kind of, he's just a little square brick with sort of movable arms. Barely even looked humanoid. At least with, you know, a seeker jet, ramjet here. He looked like, you know, a robot. He's got arms and stuff will go up and down. Optimus, at least, his like knees bent. But I always liked the original like G1 art for the toys. And then they had the Choose Your Own Adventure books, and they didn't use the cartoon art. They used the box art versions of the figures on the covers, having them like in adventures and pictures and stuff. I liked that. I like to see like that and the card art in like a practical sense, where they're actually out fighting. Like in the back of the Transformers box, the whole, I don't know what you call that, the whole whatever on the back, and they show them all in a big giant battle, and shows them all, you know, moving around. Like these figures, their knees don't really move. He's sort of pretend like he's running, but that's just for his transforming. The only thing that moves on him is his arms. But I like that. I like the actual designs, even though the figure did not really represent that at all. Was actually playing with Transformers back then, they would have just kind of stand around, and there wasn't like a whole lot of adventure you could do with them. It was basically, all right, now I got him into a bot, he stands, he talks. You're basically playing with them as a vehicle, driving around, shooting at each other. That's where the real fun came in. If you were so lucky to have like a Diaclone driver ride around in them or something, that's where the real play value came from with me. And pickup shot, Diaclones. I lost my Diaclone driver, though. I recaptured my Diaclone driver on eBay. Spent a whole lot of money. Get one, but mostly Transformers back in the day were all about playing them in vehicle mode. That's because the vehicle modes were always standout. The bots, this is ridiculous. Nowadays, they got like a zillion points of articulation. They can move and do karate and all or stuff like that. Back then, we had to use our Atari mind's eye in order to, like, we would play the Atari games and we would pretend that little block moving around, like the game Adventure, the little block moving around a maze. That was our Legend of Zelda before Legend of Zelda. Now Legend of Zelda and stuff is this beautifully designed universe, fully realized, where we're playing Adventure. The little block, you had to like use your serious imagination. Space Invaders. No, I'm gonna go Asteroids. You had to use some serious imagination in order to get into the game, into the mood. No, I'm fighting some really dark, serious space battle right here. Even though it's just a little triangle on the screen. Same with this little block man. You had to give him personality and all this other stuff fighting. Now the Combaticons, Starscream needed his own crew because he got banished again for mouthing off the Megatron or something. So he goes the Cybertron, and he collects a bunch of just computer programs, some floppy disks full of like Decepticons that got, you know, disembodied. I think it was like their jail or something. And what did they do? They just stuck them in a file cabinet. Starscream goes to Cybertron. He grabs them. He's on some island with leftover World War II equipment, and he sticks those floppy disks into all the junk, and he puts them into like a Jeep, helicopter, all that stuff, and then they all transform into Transformers, and they were all like the worst of the worst. And Swindle, that's why he was always such a swindler. He was one of them. He was the standout of the rest of the crew. I don't remember any of the other ones having a personality much, even though they're supposed to be the worst of the worst. But boom, they were fun. They probably turned on Starscream eventually too. But finally snagged my Swindle. Totally fun. Love this figure. Didn't pay too much. Don't pay too much. Screw somebody out of their other toy at the last couple of seconds on eBay like I did. That's all I gotta say. Because I got some other figures that came in the mail. We're gonna film some more videos. Like, share, subscribe, all that crap. Thank you for watching.